Because it's
time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown.
Mr. Brian Brown.
Now sit back and relax,
Because it's time to go live across the world.
because it's 420 Somewhere.
Hey, what's up, guys? And boom, we are live just like that. As I stumble into the place, how's everyone doing? It is Paranormal Tuesday, guys. And welcome to the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. I'm your host, Brian Brown. And what I stumbled into, what you stumbled into, is the hottest, the craziest, the wackiest 420 countdown show of all time, guys. That's right. We go live every day around 4:10, and we count down to the best time of all time. That's right, 420, guys. And we get into a whole mess of trouble in the meantime. We do Movie Monday. We watch Arthur the King yesterday, guys. We did an elevated film review on the new Mark Wahlberg movie. I loved it. It's a dog movie. You guys know how I feel about dogs. I'm a dog guy. Like the movie, go check it out if you haven't already. And today, guys, today is Paranormal Tuesday. Ooh. No, we got a good one, guys. I dug deep into the paranormal. I'm trying to keep it a little local, guys. The Mojave Desert in California, not too far from us here. There was a haunted phone booth, a phone booth in the middle of nowhere, guys. The Mojave Phone Booth is what it was called. Rumors of weird calls, alien hubs, zombies, werewolves, Dracula, Wolfman, you name it, guys. Everybody is on this. It's a very, very cool subject. We're going to talk into it. We're going to get into the history. We're going to get into the facts. We're going to get into the paranormal and all the things, guys, on Paranormal Tuesday today. How's everyone doing out there? What's Luke? What will up? What's up, Lukey Luke? You know what? Funny you asked that, Luke. We don't try to talk politics on here, but I'm telling you, I got this new game. It's actually an old game called what is it? The Political Machine. And we're not going to do local, not local. We're not going to do like the mainstream, too much debate. But we're going to do, I'm going to play it. We're going to put like Abraham Lincoln up against George Washington. We're going to put me, leader of the Dank Nation, up against Ross Perot. And we're going to play some cool political games on that. And you run for president. You go state to state and you campaign. We're going to get into that, guys. We'll talk all sorts of stuff, all sorts of cool stuff. I'm going to get into that, but I'm more interested in the weed. What's the weed a crack-a-lacking out there, guys? How's everyone doing? Speaking of aliens, he's getting into some alien labs. I've just got into some, I'll grab it. This flower, man, it's really, really cool. It's kind of like a Garbage Pail Kids. I went through that, and of course, what am I drinking on, guys? You're going to have to find out. I'm drinking on a keef drink today, guys. Instead of just a straight up THC, we're getting keefy with it. Keefy D, as they like to say. And we're getting into that, guys. We got a whole mess of stuff to get into. We also got the stoner horoscopes for the week, guys. You want to know what strange you should be smoking on? Madam Greenleaf is here to let you know. Guys. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's one of the better shows we got. Wait till we get into the Mojave Phone Booth, guys. It's just insane. We got about, 3 minutes before 420, guys. We got about 3 minutes. Loving it. What's everyone smoking on? What's everyone drinking on out there today, guys? What new paranormal stuff is out there, guys? Let me know what's going on. I just saw there was some new footage dropped lately. It makes you wonder, like, what the government is up to. You know what I mean? Like, why are they being so forthright with this, with all this stuff? Um, I don't know. I think it's a weird one, guys. I think, I don't know. What do you guys think about all this new footage, guys? What do you guys think about possible aliens? My question has always been, what do you think happens to religion as we know it? If aliens, if Marvin the Martian decides to come down, what happens to religion as we know it, guys? It's going to be, Russ says the Keith drinks aren't that good. They taste good, but didn't do anything to him. But we're going to find out. I trust Russ. So yeah, his opinion is golden, guys. We're going to check it out. Might have been the milligram too. Us big, tolerant people. I have a high tolerance for weed, intolerance for people. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. How's everyone doing out there? I mean, I got a ton of people up in here. Big shout out to everyone. I missed the healing center. Just placed my order like I told you yesterday. Send me your address. I will, man. Wait till you see what Chris says. Donate until we can do a review. Very, very cool. Very, very clean stuff. I can't wait to check it out, man. Mail order. Who would have thought we would have seen today you get some weed through the mail, guys? You know what? Whatever you're doing, I want you to stop, guys. Blow up these comments. Let me know what you're smoking on, what you're drinking on, what you're eating on, what you're just doing, guys. 420 is a state of mind. It's a peaceful moment. It's your moment of silence. Remember as a kid in school, you put your head down. Moment of silence. So you didn't have a big bald spot like me. So guys, this is your moment. Whether you indulge in the green or you don't, this is a moment to reset. You've been working all day. The kids are nah, 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 nah. Mom and dad are nah, 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 nah. It is your time to escape, guys. So inhale that positivity, exhale that negativity, blow it up because it's 420. And boom, how was your 420, guys? Mine was fire. Mine was fire. Real quick, guys, I gotta go grab my drink. So please watch this nice message from our good friend, David Arquette. That's right.
Brian at the Daily Dank. This is the nose flute. I played that nose flute for you because I'm wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Brian. From the whole Daily Dank family, we love you. You're awesome. Congratulations on 15,000 subscribers and Merry Christmas. That's a huge accomplishment. Thank you for being a fan of the Scream movies. And, you're not scared, are you? That was a line I did in the film when they handed me a flashlight. I used it like my dad used to use it for scary movies by the campfire. So, thank you so much. I know you love acting and professional wrestling and all these things. So I really appreciate you. And all your fans, and congratulations again on 15,000 subscribers. That's huge. Appreciate you.
Oh, there we go. There we go. David Arquette. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, let's get into a little something I like to call What Am I Drinking On? That's right, guys. Today I got some Keef Fruity Punch, but before we get into the review, let's do this. What we drinking today? I try to look sexy, but I don't think it works. Honey Nut Heroine, how you doing out there? Chantel, Fight for Freedom, how you doing? Rosie Key, though sweet and wonderful. Rosie Key, how are you? Lonnie, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, he was in wrestling for a minute. There's a great documentary on David Arquette. David Arquette Won't Die is what it's called. And it's really, really good from what I hear. We need to watch it. Maybe we'll do a viewing party. We need to start doing the things again. Start doing the bingo. And I know my life's been in disarray since this accident and doing all the things and the surgery. We'll get it there, guys. We'll get it. All right. So what I'm drinking on today is some Keefy Fruity Punch. Just check that out. Keef. What up, Keef? All right. Oh, man. What the freaking flapper? Oh, there we go. He's got to be smarter than the thing. Which apparently, there we go. Apparently, I'm not. All right, I'm going to give it a shaker, baker first. All right, let's get it down, guys. So what I'm looking for, so this is a 81 milligrams, so not even a full 100 milligrams. That's probably why it didn't do much for us. If you're an edibles person and 100 milligrams does it for you, this is it right here, man. You drink it. Let's do it. Tastes good. You can taste the keef a little bit. I mean, that's the point, right? It's called keef. It reminds me of melted popsicles. Tastes like melted popsicles, like cherry melted popsicle. Oh, Keef Cola. That sounds pretty good. I have to check that one out. Yeah, that's not bad, guys. Not bad. If you're looking for a bang and your tolerance is pretty up there, I'd probably recommend 2 or 3 of these. It's like drinking a 6-pack. You know what I mean? You drink a 6-pack of beer, you're going to be all, well, most people. Depends on your tolerance again. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is almost 100 milligrams. Maybe drink 3 of these, you'll be feeling okay. I think this would be more of like a barbecue throughout the night. Everyone's drinking their beers. Guess what? I'm drinking me some THC. You know what I mean? You're blending in the party. You're kicking back. You're like, hey, Roger, how you doing, buddy? You got that Coors Light, sucker. Ha, ha. I'm getting high. You're getting drunk, fool. Oh, fool. Go back to the dictionary, nerd. That's what you say. I don't know. I don't do red dye anything. Yeah, the mango and the peach, really good. Oh, man. And what's the other one? Those fizzy ones that we just tried out. The peach. Woo! That one's really good. All right, guys. All right, let's get into some craziness. It is Paranormal Tuesday, guys. And who wants to get their horoscope read. We got our gal, Madam Greenleaf, in the house, guys. That's right. Madam Greenleaf is up in this sucker, and she is going to be sharing with us our future. What cannabis should we be sipping on, drinking on, smoking on? She's going to tell us right now.
Have you ever wondered if the stars above have anything to say about your love for the green goddess, cannabis? Greetings, dear listeners. I am your guide on this celestial journey, Madam Greenleaf. Today we delve into the fascinating world of stoner horoscopes. I recall a time when, in a haze of smoke and creativity, I tried to map the constellations using nothing but cannabis leaves. A Herculean task indeed. But it led me to ponder the connection between the cosmic and the cannabis. Our daily lives are influenced by the stars and planets above, so why not our relationship with cannabis? After all, both the cosmos and cannabis are vast, mysterious, and have the power to alter our perspectives. Our sponsor, thedailydank.com, a true home for cannabis enthusiasts, shares this cosmic curiosity. And who knows, maybe the stars do have something to say about your next smoke session. Before we dive into the horoscopes, let's thank our first sponsor, thedailydank.com, the oasis for all green-thumbed enthusiasts and cosmic travelers alike. Now imagine a place where the sun always shines, the coffee is always brewing, and the cannabis culture thrives. That's precisely what thedailydank.com offers. You'll be amazed at their morning shows, a lively blend of wit, wisdom, and all things cannabis. They make waking up something to look forward to. And their podcasts? Oh, they're like sweet symphonies to your ears, filled with enlightening discussions and hearty laughter. TheDailyDank.com is more than an informational hub. It's a community, a family, a tribe of like-minded individuals who appreciate the beauty of the cannabis plant and the cosmos that surrounds it. It's a place where education meets entertainment and forms a bond stronger than the stickiest resin. So next time you're lost in the cosmos of cannabis, remember, TheDailyDank.com is your guide. Now let's journey through the cosmos and see what the stars have in store for our cannabis companions this week. As we traverse the celestial sphere, let's begin with our audacious Aries. This week, fiery Aries, your planetary alignment suggests a bold new strain may just be the key to unlocking that creative spark within. Don't shy away from trying something new. Next, we have our tenacious Taurus. Venus is in your corner this week, Taurus, suggesting a time of relaxation and indulgence. Perhaps a CBD-infused bath bomb from our sponsor, thedailydank.com, is precisely what the universe ordered. Now, let's float over to our gregarious Gemini. With Mercury as your ruling planet, communication is key. A sativa strain might just stimulate those social butterflies within you. Caring Cancer, it's time to come out of your shell. The stars are calling for balance this week, so consider a hybrid strain to bring harmony to your cannabis experience. Now, onto our loyal Leos. Your sun-ruled sign is all about warmth and positivity. Consider a strain that enhances your natural charisma and sunny disposition. Next, we have our vigilant Virgos. This week, your meticulous nature may lead you to explore the educational content on thedailydank.com. Knowledge is power after all. Libras, your week is all about balance and harmony. Perhaps a calming indica strain will help you find that equilibrium. Now to our passionate Scorpios. With Pluto and Mars guiding you, an invigorating strain may be just what you need to tap into your hidden depths. Sagittarius, your adventurous spirit is calling. This week, consider exploring the vast variety of strains available at the Healing Center of Needles, Capricorns. Your practical nature is a strength. This week, consider a strain that complements your disciplined lifestyle. Now onto our innovative Aquarius. Uranus suggests that this week, exploring new ways of consumption, perhaps a cannabis-infused edible or tincture, could bring surprising results. Finally, our compassionate Pisces. Neptune guides you towards a week of introspection. A strain promoting relaxation and mindfulness may be just what you need. Remember, the stars may guide us, but it's up to you to light the way. Before we close our cosmic journey, we must thank our final sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles. Picture, if you will, a wonderland of cannabis, a veritable cornucopia of green. This is no ordinary store. This is your Route 66 gateway to a galaxy of ganja. From edibles to extracts, they've got it all. It's like a candy store, but for cannabis connoisseurs. So dear stargazers, remember, with the Healing Center of Needles, you'll never be lost on your cannabis journey. Well, fellow cosmic travelers, our journey has come to an end. As Madam Greenleaf, let me remind you that while the stars may be our compass, it's our personal journey with cannabis that truly shapes our path. The cosmos and cannabis, in their own unique ways, guide us towards self-discovery and enlightenment. So let's continue to embrace both, cherishing every puff and every stargaze. Remember, the cosmos may guide us, but it's the love for the green goddess that truly lights up our lives.
All right, guys. Hopefully, Madam Greenleaf brought you some good news. Wait, I'm too high and distracted. I missed mine. Honey Nut Heroin. I love that. I love that. All right, guys. We are talking Paranormal Tuesday. Let's get into one of my favorite bits, guys, that we have lately is top 10. This is the top 10 ways you've known you've been abducted by aliens, guys. Let's get into it. All right, guys, let's get into it. The number 10 ways you know you were abducted by an alien. You wake up to find yourself featured on the cover of Alien Weekly magazine with the headline Human of the Year and a full-page interview about your abduction experience. Number 9, the 9th way you knew you were abducted by an alien. You discover that your pet cat has been replaced by a tiny green three-eyed creature named Fluffy, who seems strangely adept to using the litter box. Number 8 way you know you've been abducted by an alien. You start experiencing vivid flashbacks of being probed by aliens and then realize it was just a bizarre dream until you noticed a metallic residue on your bed sheets and your butt. That's right, guys. Number 7, you receive a phone call from a number that only plays eerie alien music. And when you hang up, you realize it's coming from inside your own head. The 6th way you know you were abducted by an alien. You find strange symbols carved into your lawn. And when you Google them, you discover their coordinates to the nearest alien hotspot. Free Wi-Fi this way. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, guys. Number 5, you wake up to find your entire wardrobe replaced with metallic jumpsuits, neon-colored wigs. Apparently, alien fashion is all the rage in outer space. Number 4, the 4th way you know you were abducted by aliens, guys. You receive a mysterious package in the mail containing a souvenir alien snow globe and a note that reads, "Thanks for visiting our spaceship." The 3rd strangest way you know you were abducted by an alien. You find yourself inexplicably fluent in the alien language, and your attempts to order a pizza result in an intergalactic phone call to the nearest space pizzeria. All right, number 2, you discover that your phone is filled with selfies of you riding off of a UFO and waving to the camera with a goofy smile. And the number 1 way you know you are abducted by aliens. You wake up in a crop circle wearing nothing but a tinfoil hat, not remembering anything but a camera. And you flash forward and you have your own alien hangover moment, guys, just like the movie. And those were your top 10 ways you know you were abducted by aliens. Right, guys, that's right. Who's been abducted by aliens here? Nova Mike. I know Nova Mike has been. Oh, see you later, Chantel. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us. Here's to ya, Keefy D. I don't know what Keefy D is, but makes a mean fruit punch. Woo! All right, let's get into this, guys. We are talking The Mojave Phone Booth, guys. Lonnie, you never know with Lonnie. You never know with Lonnie. Are you being serious, Lonnie? Mojave. Oh, man. Oh, Lonnie. Lonnie. All right. Let's get into this, guys. We are talking the Mojave Phone Booth. Sometime in the 1960s, a lone phone booth was erected in the middle of the Mojave Desert, guys. That's now the Mojave National Preserve. Its location was uncanny, centered in the junction of two remote dirt roads, nearly 10 miles from the closest paved ones. It's just out in the middle of nowhere. This phone had been known to ring notoriously, guys. Just ring other people on the other end, weird voices, weird shit happening, light flickering, all the things, guys, things coming out in the sky. A lot of rumors, a lot of extraordinary events, stories came out of this phone booth, and we're going to get into the history, the lore, the mystery, and the paranormal, guys, of it right now. We got our girl Aurora Hayes is going to break down the nuts and the bolts, going to give us the facts, the theories, and we're going to make our own conclusions here in a minute. I was 4 or 5 at the time in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico. We're going to get into that too, Lonnie, here right after this, guys. Let's get into this. Good old Aurora Hayes giving us the facts and no mumbo jumbo. Let's go, Aurora.
Imagine this. You're in the middle of the Mojave Desert, and out of nowhere, you hear a ringing phone. It's a sound that's out of place in the vast emptiness around you. You follow the sound, curiosity piqued, and find a lone phone booth standing in the middle of nowhere. The ringing continues, echoing in the desolate, dusty landscape. You pick up the receiver, and that's when things start to get really strange. An unfamiliar voice on the other end speaks in riddles and cryptic messages. It tells you things you've never shared with anyone. Suddenly, the desert doesn't feel so empty anymore. A chill runs down your spine. You hang up, but the eerie feeling stays with you, a reminder of the call from the middle of nowhere. Who was on the other end of that call? Well, that's the mystery of the Mojave Phone Booth. You might be wondering, what's a phone booth doing in the middle of a desert? Well, let's take a trip back in time. The Mojave Phone Booth was originally installed in the 1960s in the middle of the Mojave Desert in California, of all places. It was part of an effort to provide phone service to the sparse population living in the area. The nearest paved road was miles away, and the booth itself was miles from the nearest building. It was nestled between Joshua trees and cacti, sitting in stark isolation. The booth was a lifeline for the scattered residents, miners, and volcanic cinder miners in the region, offering a vital communication link with the outside world. It was a simple, old-school phone booth, not a fancy high-tech gadget. It was all about function, not aesthetics. Now, why would someone put a phone booth in such a remote location? The answer is simple: necessity. Miners needed a reliable way to communicate in case of emergencies, and the phone booth provided that. It was a beacon of civilization in an otherwise barren landscape. It's akin to what our sponsor, thedailydank.com, is doing today. They're providing a hub of information and entertainment in the vast landscape of the internet, just like the Mojave Phone Booth did in the desert. They're the go-to place for all things cannabis, from education to entertainment, offering a unique culture and community for cannabis enthusiasts everywhere. Back to our story, the Mojave Phone Booth's existence remained relatively obscure until the late 1990s, when a Los Angeles man spotted it in a telephone directory and decided to pay it a visit. The phone booth's popularity skyrocketed, and all kinds of stories about it came up, from spooky voices to possible alien beacon, and it became a sort of pilgrimage site for adventurers and curious souls. So that's how a phone booth ended up in the middle of nowhere, but the story doesn't end there. The Mojave Phone Booth's legend grew, fueled by tales of mysterious and unexplained calls. And as we delve deeper into this story, we'll uncover the facts, the myths, and the paranormal connections that surround this lonely telephone booth in the desert. Stay tuned, folks. The mystery is just beginning. Now, let's dive into some facts about this isolated phone booth. The Mojave Phone Booth was not just a regular phone booth. It was a symbol of solitude, an echo of a bygone era, and a beacon for those seeking out the unusual. Firstly, It was far more popular than any city phone booth you'd stumble across. After its existence was publicized in the late 90s, the Mojave Phone Booth began receiving calls from all corners of the globe. People were drawn to its mystery, dialing in at all hours hoping to connect with, well, who knows what, and the possibility of reaching the unknown. It's estimated that the booth received hundreds of calls per day at its peak. Can you imagine? A phone booth in the middle of nowhere, ringing off the hook, day and night. It was this constant buzz of activity that contributed to its eventual removal. The booth was literally loved to death, its popularity leading to environmental concerns in the surrounding desert landscape. Speaking of its location, isn't it fascinating that the booth was situated on the iconic Route 66? Much like our second sponsor for today, the Healing Center of Needles, a premier cannabis superstore. The Healing Center, located on Route 66, is a testament to the enduring allure of this historic highway. Just as the Mojave Phone Booth was a lone beacon in the desert, the Healing Center stands as a beacon for those seeking wellness and relief. But back to our booth. In 2006, the Mojave Phone Booth was removed. The phone booth, once a symbol of connection in an isolated landscape, was no more. Yet its spirit refused to die. The Mojave Phone Booth became a ghost of itself, a phantom ringing in the minds of those who knew its story. In the digital age, the booth found a new life. Websites, social media pages, and online communities sprang up, dedicated to preserving its memory. The booth's number was even reassigned to a telephone in Los Angeles, allowing the legend to carry on in a different form. Despite its removal, the Mojave Phone Booth still holds a strong presence in the world of the paranormal. The Mojave Phone Booth has been the center of many myths and chilling theories. Much like our sponsor, thedailydank.com, it has a way of drawing you in with its unique charm and mysterious aura. One prevalent theory suggests that this solitary phone booth is a portal to another dimension. It's said that when the phone rings, the caller on the other end is not from our world, but from a parallel universe, reaching out through the cosmic void. A chilling thought, isn't it? Then there's the haunting tale of spectral voices. Some claim to have heard whispers and faint voices on the line, even when no one was supposedly calling. Could it be that the Mojave Phone Booth is haunted by spirits trying to communicate with the living? There are also tales of the booth acting as a beacon for extraterrestrial life. It's believed that the isolated location and the strange aura of the booth attract UFOs and otherworldly beings. Just like these theories, our second sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles, is all about the extraordinary. Located on the historic Route 66, this cannabis superstore is your one-stop shop for everything out of the ordinary. The Mojave Phone Booth has been and continues to be a subject of fascination and speculation for many. Whether these theories hold any truth, we may never know. But one thing is certain, the Mojave Phone Booth's enigmatic existence continues to captivate our imagination and stir our curiosity. After uncovering the history, facts, and theories about the Mojave Phone Booth, it's time for my thoughts. This enigmatic artifact, a solitary sentinel in the desert, has captured our collective imaginations. Its allure, for me, lies not in the spectral or the inexplicable, but in its testament to human curiosity and connection. The phone booth's mystery is its message, a call from the past that still rings in the silence of the Mojave. The Mojave Phone Booth may be gone, but its legend continues to echo through the vast desert, leaving us with more questions than answers.
All right, guys. So that was the nuts and the bolts, the breakdown of the Mojave Phone Booth, guys. As you can see, kind of a lot of craziness to it. Kind of a cool idea. Miners and different things. They needed some way to reach out to the outside world, even though it was in the middle of nowhere. It was close. It was, 10 miles from them on either way. They could get to this thing. But as we know, the desert has a way of making things its own. The mysterious, the crazy desert, guys. I got a couple stories here that I like to read to you. This one comes from Reddit, our good friends at Reddit, No Sleep. This is Darth Vader. Yeah. Let me see. So picture this, guys. It's 1987, and I'm an unlucky college kid stuck in the middle of the desert. My janky ass 83 Prelude had broken down again at the worst time to do so. The sun was starting to set, painting the desolate landscape around me in the thick swaths of color. Above me, the stars were popping out, staring down at me like too many eyes. There was no moon on account of it being new. So it was just me, the desert, and the stars. Sure, it was beautiful, but it did nothing stimmy to grow my worry. See, I'm half Navajo on my mother's side. I grew up hearing lots of lore, untold to the outsiders, about the desert from my grandmother and the things that live there, things that only come out at night, things that are bad being out there in the desert at night. It was damn terrifying to me. As the sun set, I could feel the fear bubbling in my gut, clouding my thoughts, making me paranoid and panic. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever broken down or been out in the middle of the desert when it's like at that dusk time, the sun's going down. It's an eerie silence, man. Like it's a different kind of thing. Um, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's like such a weird road through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain, Lonnie. That's right. Just me, my horsey, and a quart of beer. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever been out in the middle of the desert at that time. It's weird out there. It sounds weird. It gets weird. It is weird. Yeah. So here we go, guys. Yeah, not a good time to be broken down either, especially back then. No phones, no nothing. Um, so there I was, broke down, hungry, hot, scared, and walking. Where to? I don't know. I just knew I couldn't stay where I was. The chances of someone driving by at this time of the day were few and far between, and I didn't want to stay in my car until the morning. I wanted to go back. I wanted to get going back to Arizona. Back to Arizona. Arizona. Yo, I don't think so. Back home. And in case you've forgotten, there were no smart cell phones or even stupid cell phones in the 80s. I had to find a phone or someone who would take me to one. I had an old flashlight buried deep under the piles of trash and old clothes in the back seat of my Prelude. That sounds like a Prelude, man. So I dug it out, locked my car, and began walking. I walked for about an hour or so. I started to hear something else walking too. Sounded small. My flashlight only cut a thin beam of light into that darkness. But when I spotted what was making the noise, it was a coyote. It looked hungry. No, starving. I flashed my light into its body, making its eyes glow, and tried shooing it away, flapping my arms around like some idiot bird. I was terrified, and when the coyote didn't move, I decided to keep going, turning my back to it. This was a bad, bad idea. When a coyote crosses your path, it's best to stop your journey right then, turn back, hide, wait until the sun returns. As I walked, trying to maintain my composure, I could hear the coyote following me. Suddenly, there was a whistle, like someone or something was trying to get my attention. I chanced and glanced back, and what I saw almost made me piss myself. The coyote. It was standing on its hind legs. No, it was walking on its hind legs like a human would. It was smiling as I watched. Can you imagine if you were stoned and oh my god, like dog smiles, coyote smiles are weird, man. I watched it pursued its lips and whistled at me. But I wasn't what scared me the most. Its eyes. It had human eyes, and they were looking right at me. I took off running as fast as I could towards nowhere in particular. Behind me, I could hear the coyote running too. I saw something in the distance, something rectangular and large. I ran towards it. Next to me, sprinting on two legs, was the coyote. It was laughing. The coyote was laughing like a human. Now I'm not going to say what I think that thing was, but it scared me to my very core, and I was sincerely afraid I was going to die that night. I still have nightmares about it, and I realized I was running towards a phone booth and scrambled inside. Instead of picking up the black receiver, I hunkered down, crying, afraid of what happened next, thinking that I had heard of as a child, things I don't dare to repeat. Not now, not ever. So the coyote, what would you guys do? The coyote's chasing you and he's laughing at you. He's like, with that coyote. Was this guy on mushrooms? Yeah, I think he was, Lonnie. Oh my God. Or a skinwalker. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking skinwalker. I love the way it's laughing. I picture Goofy, like on a Goofy movie. Oh, Goofy. My God. My God, guys. There we go. All right. The coyote stopped a few feet from where I was and sat back on its hunches. Its head cocked to the side, listening. A flash of light, headlights, the coyote was gone. A single shriek of laughter rang out in the night. A black sedan drove up slowly. In the middle, in it was a middle-aged man with wood-colored hair, and flashed his lights again and slowly stopped. I wondered how I must have looked, crouched down low in the booth, covered my face with snot, tears, scared dumb. The man was climbing out of his car. He killed the engine, but left on the high beams pointed directly at the phone booth. Despite the heat, he was wearing a black press suit, complete with black tie, shiny black shoes, and he cut an odd figure under the stars against the desert. Break down? He asked, checking his wristwatch. I stood up and opened my mouth to reply, but before I could, the phone behind me rang. It rang loud, and it scared the ever-living shit out of me. The man seemed to chuckle at this as he ran over. Sorry, it's for me, he said, pushing past me in a little booth so fast I nearly fell out. Hello. He looked over his shoulder at me, checking if I was listening. I was. He didn't seem to mind. Hello, speaking. No problems. I'm on the trail, sir. I can contain it. When? He chuckled. He checked his watch again. Now. Really? All right. Nope. No one else is here. Just me. He met with a glaze and wink. Go for launch in 3, 2, 1. The ground beneath me started shaking, and it was subtle at first, nothing more than a slight tremor. The tremor crescended into what I can only call a small earthquake. It lasted for no more than a minute until finally there was a booming noise till it was gone, like it never had happened in the first place. The man hung up the phone and sighed, turned back to me. See anything spooky tonight? He asked, and from that way, and from the way he said it, I couldn't tell if he was joking or not. I decided not to say anything. The man considered me for a moment, then said, come on, I'll give you a ride. He walked over to his car, slid inside, started it, then yelled out the window, well, you coming or what? I walked over, popped into the passenger side door. He was listening to opera music. It was bad, man. But I guess to each his own. He had to move a pair of muddy cowboy boots and clothes out of the front seat so I could sit in. I noticed he had an enormous belt buckle, a wolf howling up to the moon. It was kind of cool, I guess. He pulled out into the dirt road, turned the god-awful music down, and asked me where I was from, what I was doing, where I was going. I told him all, giving him directions to my janky-ass car. He jumped my engine when we got there, and then he followed me all the way to the nearest gas station in his sedan. Off the chance I broke down again, I watched him leave. He headed back towards the direction he had come from, back towards the desert. He was a good guy, sure, but I never saw him again. Still wonder what he was doing out there to this day. I wonder if he had any kind of wife or what his job was, if he was still alive and all that. So go it, I guess. So that was his story of the phone booth, guys. What do you think? What do you think of that? One person says patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. I could think of worse things to encounter in the Mojave. Ooh, aside from Easy Pete. Who's Easy Pete? Okay, now I'm interested. Who the fuck is Easy Pete? Who knows about Easy Pete? Anybody? Easy Pete? Mojave Desert. Mojave, from Fallout. It's a video game reference, guys. It's a video game reference. So what do you guys think? The phone booth out in the middle of nowhere. Did the desert have its way? That's why you stay in your car until the sun comes up. Yeah, let's throw those thumbs up, guys. Who's got those thumbs? Who wants to like, subscribe, and share, guys? If you like this content, if you want to go through the desert on a horse with no name, you blow up those comments, guys. Yeah, it's from a video game, apparently. I'd never heard of them either. All right, guys. Man, we almost went an hour on this one. Hopefully you guys learned a little something. I wish the Mojave Phone Booth was still around, guys. Unfortunately, it met its demise. And there's actually a tombstone for it where it sat, guys. All right. Again, guys, if you like this kind of content, you want to see more, blow up those comments, guys. Ghost hunting high. Yes, yes, yes. All right, guys, blow up those comments. Let me know. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hit those thumbs, hit those likes, hit those subscribes. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Got to run to T-Mobile. Got to handle some business. All right, guys, appreciate you. I will see you on the flip side. 7:10 a.m. We got a hell of a show. It's Weed Wednesday. What are we going to get into, guys? Only you only you can prevent forest fires. Tune in and find out. We'll see you guys.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
We'll see you guys.